people who care. Your support is an investment in the powerful idea that handcrafted songs from yesterday and today should be accessible, relevant, and always playing for everyone. Visit borderradioaz.org to support the music, and thanks.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined first by Diane Hillegass from FanQuest. We're going to talk to her about comic books and trading cards and games, all that cool stuff. Yes, right here in Yuma, Arizona. Just found out that Lou Gum used to go over there. You know who Lou is. As well as DJ KM7, an actual DJ. Maybe we'll have him spin some records for us over here while he's here. We're going to find out all about that DJ life and how he ended up here in Yuma. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma? What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. And Johnny, I have an update about Arizona Women's College basketball.
You do. And before you get to it, I saw that this morning and it was in my notes, so I'm glad you reminded me.
Yes, so the Lady Matadors, they played last night, and they knocked off the number 1 team in the country, Eastern Arizona.
Yeah.
Go Lady Matadors. And the other team that we're playing was the number 1 ranked team in the country.
In the country,
Eastern Arizona. Yeah. And so that school had won 29 games in a row before they lost last night to the Lady Matadors.
Wow. And
so now the AWC women, they won the Region 1 title. And they get to play in the national tournament.
Congratulations to all the ladies that worked very hard for this. It's like our relationship with their obviously communication director. Out to you. Can we get them onto the show and congratulate them here? I know he's probably listening right now.
Yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. I don't know when they go out to the tournament, but we will see. At least give them a shout out before their next game.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Great news. Winning that many games in a row and then coming in and being that 1 L on there, that's just a great feeling.
And it's our Lady Matadors here from Yuma.
Yeah, so congratulations to all of you, and worked very hard for this. And now they go on to what's that now? What's the next one?
The national tournament. So they play in the NJCAA, and I believe their conference is the ACCAC. There's a lot of A's and C's in there, but it's their conference, basically. Conference tournament, so March Madness.
So it's their version of the March Madness.
It's their version of March Madness. They go to a tournament. It might be single elimination. I have to double check on that, but definitely we'll update on when we find out who they play and when.
Absolutely. And with that, it's time to introduce our guest today, and I'm talking about Diane Hillegass.
Yes.
Okay, good. I practiced off air, and so I got that right. And you are from FanQuest.
FanQuest Comics and Games.
Yes, FanQuest Comics and Games. And I have known FanQuest since I was young. So when you walked in, I was like, so how long has it been around? You said 1990 is when it?
Yeah, I opened in 1990. I had 35th anniversary in April, so this April we have our 36.
36. You turned 36. So, all right. So we like to get to know all of our guests before we kind of get into what they do. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Maryland.
Maryland, okay.
Yeah, right behind Andrews Air Force Base.
Okay, and that's the East Coast, right?
Yes, it's kind of on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's good crab cakes out there, right?
Yeah. Excellent crab cakes.
Seafood.
I miss that.
Oh, yeah. I love crab too, man.
Now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too. It's like people tell me like if you want to get it, you got to go over there to get the good stuff. It's like so I don't even know what the good stuff is.
Well, the blue crabs are only in the Chesapeake Bay. So you have to go there to get them.
Yeah, I have to go.
They're amazing.
Just like thinking about it, like I've only had the bad stuff, and it was good. So I could imagine what the good stuff is over there in Maryland.
The good stuff is great.
Yeah. So you're originally from there, and so you comic books and games, what you have at your establishment. Were you always into comic books as a youngster? No. Surprising. Okay.
No.
So
happened was I married a Marine.
Before we get to what happened, I want to know when you were young, though. Like, is like any influence with comic books or anything?
No, my brother played D&D when in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was usually like the person who made all the cupcakes and gave them to the players and stuff. I was like the hostess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But my brother and all the friends used to play D&D at our house.
Dungeons and Dragons,
Yes.
for those
Yes.
that aren't familiar.
Yes. So when we opened the store, all we did was play games. It was before anything else. There was a comic book store in town. And then when they closed, a bunch of the customers came to me and said, we want comic books. Can you get them? And I was like, sure, tell me what to get, because I have no idea. So I started a pull and hold list. So they tell me, like 5 people tell me they want Spider-Man, so I order in 5 to get it for them. And I'm still doing those lists. So when you come in and you want to get a certain comic, all our comics orders 2 months in advance, so I have to know how many to get.
Yeah.
So I have a pull and hold list, and say you want Spider-Man, I'll pull it for you, hold it in the back, you come in and pick it up.
So, we're going to go back still. So
Yeah.
you're young and no comic books, but high school D&D because of
Right.
your brother.
Right.
But when you were young, what was it that you wanted to do?
Well, I was a computer tech person.
Okay, computer tech. All right.
Yeah, programming. I got my degree here at AWC.
And I wanted to get to that as well,
Right.
because you mentioned that off air that you came here to AWC.
Right.
And I'm guessing that's after you married a Marine.
Yes, I married a Marine. I came here. I always wanted to live in Arizona. So when I found out
Get
that I was
outta here.
coming to Arizona, I was like super excited.
Yeah.
And so as we were coming over the foothills, the sun was setting, and it was all purple and pink and beautiful.
Isn't it incredible?
And I was like, I'm so happy to live
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So So I'm assuming you got great crab and crab cakes and stuff, but not the sunrises and the
No,
sunsets
not
that we
like
have over here.
Not
Nothing like that.
here.
No.
No.
Is it like foggy or gloomy, or what's it like over there?
No, it's just they have lots of trees and
Lots of
there's
trees, so you
lots
can't
of-
really see the.
Yeah.
We don't have those out
Lots
here
of-
so much. We have
It's
cacti.
very green.
See, I guess I get excited when I go visit my mom in Payson and get to see all the trees. But that makes sense if you're coming across and you see that sunset, like you said, it's very beautiful here.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's amazing. I got to live here. So when I went to get my business cards made, the guy said, we want to do something really incredible. What do you want? And I said, well, I told him about the sunset coming over, and he said, oh, we could do that. So if you look at our business cards there, it's like a sunset over the desert.
Oh, very cool. So so you married a Marine. You're over here. You wanted to live in Arizona, and you wanted to go to school, obviously. And you said for computer, like to be a computer tech. So you came to AWC, and you said you also spent some time in our old studio. Yes,
because I always wanted to be on the radio.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh, they have a radio class. So I was telling you the story. I was so excited. I read the whole book like in 2 days.
Yeah.
And I got in class, and I was kind of bored because I've already read everything. And the guy was like, you need to read the first chapter. And I said, I already read the whole book. Can I get on air now?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, boss. Put me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he let you, or did he say,
I still had to go to all
Yeah.
the classes.
Oh man.
So was that Bob
Yeah.
Hardy when at the radio
Gosh, I
station
don't
here?
remember how long.
Because I was just looking because our Dave Reek, our general manager, he's going to be retiring. He's only the third general manager that the station has had, and this station's been around since 1970. So most likely it was probably Bob Hardy because he was here for like 20 some years.
I would say that it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's probably
be
about
Bob.
88
Probably,
or
and-
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he would have been the like Victor said, the GM, which is a whole cool story about how he had how we got the radio station over here when he
Right.
asked K-Blue or K-Yum when they had to get rid of one of their frequencies because of the FCC. He said, hey, give it to the college. And that's how we have a station over here. Because
that's cool.
Because the FCC
Yeah.
said you can't have two on the AM, and so they had to get rid of one, and Bob Hardy got one over here. So that's why we exist to him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a 1320 signal that we still broadcast on the AM side. That's the one that K-Blue used to be on, and now there's no
Okay.
K-Blue, there's no
I
K-Yum.
know they're all all gone.
They're gone. And I think the number or the days are limited for KCTI and the River. I think they only got about a week left for them as well.
I know. How sad is that?
Yeah, it's very sad. But you loved radio, so did you end up getting on the radio while you were here?
Yeah, I did a couple sessions on the radio, live on the radio, and then I was interested in marketing, so I also got a marketing degree, and then went on to University of Phoenix and got a bachelor's in marketing.
Oh, very
through
cool.
University of Phoenix.
So you're doing that, and at that time, was this business in the back of your head, like rolling around there, or
no? What happened was my brother got out of the military, and he said, "I really want to open a business, Diane." And I said, "Well, I'm in Yuma. You have to come to Yuma." And so he said, okay. So he got out and he came to Yuma. And then we were looking around. He was really into art and that kind of stuff. And so we were thinking about an art gallery. But then we found out just like a saw to cut the glass was like 10 grand. And we're like, oh, we don't want to invest that kind of money.
Yes.
So we were looking around and we're like, there's no game store in town. So we decided to open the game store. We couldn't get a loan anywhere because we were both like poor. So we borrowed 15 grand from our parents. And then we paid them back in 2.5 years, and we've never been in debt since.
Okay, so 15 grand, a game store. Now, when you say a game store, you're saying, so this is, you said you opened in 90, so
Right.
are you kind of thinking about this in 89, 88, around there? Or?
Nope. He called me like January of 1990, and we were open by April.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, so 90.
Yeah.
What does a game store look like in the early 90s?
We played Dungeons and Dragons like every day. We did a lot of Battletech, which was a board game with miniatures where they're giant robots. We had a huge 2-day tournament, our first anniversary for Battletech.
Yes.
And that was before the card games even came in. The card games didn't even come in until like 93, which was Magic the Gathering.
Magic
So
the Gathering.
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
If that's Magic. Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, and then the second one was Pokemon. And Pokemon has always been huge for us, and there's a shortage right now. There's a lot of scalping, but we have a waiting list, and we try and get stuff to our regular customers.
So in 90, your game store, it's a place to go play role-playing games?
Role-playing games and board games.
And board games.
Like we played Supremacy, and we played a lot of general board games that you would have at your house.
Right.
And people would bring them in the store.
So you're saying general, like Yahtzee or Monopoly?
Any kind of
Monopoly.
board game that you wanted to
Chess?
play.
Yeah.
Chess. We had a chessboard set up on the counter.
Okay.
And people would come in and play chess, and that's how I learned to play chess. So yeah, we do that kind of stuff.
So, because when you said no game store, I grew up here, born and raised here, and so when I think a game store, in my mind was where you get the Nintendo games from, right?
No,
so like,
we've done nothing electronic at all.
yeah, and so I'm thinking, like, I remember 1990, I'd go to a game store, but it was like we would trade in like old Nintendo games, and he'll
Right.
give us
Yeah.
credit. We'll bring like 10 of them, and he'll give us one new ones, and he'll sell those 10 and stuff like that.
Right.
It was right up the street from my house. I would do that with Nintendo. But so yours was a place, like you said, it was almost like a lounge as well, right? Because
Right,
people
we
could
had
come
tables.
in.
We have tables set up, and then people would come in and pull out whatever game they want to play, set it up, and play it in the store.
Now, I just have a question. How is that, as a business person, like, how do you make a profitable a business out of that if people just kind of come up and set up? Do you charge like an entrance fee?
No,
or?
we never charge to play in the store, but this way you get other players to come in and people to interact with each other, and then we just sell the board games there. We would sell the D&D books, the dice, the miniatures, all that kind of stuff that you need to play the game.
So come in absolutely free.
Yes.
But if you
and
want
we're
to,
still free.
and you're still free.
Yes.
So, but if you want to take it home and have your sister make some cupcakes for you,
Right.
while you're playing
Right.
at home,
Then you buy it
then
at our
you
store.
buy it at your store. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, how'd that model work out for you in the first, few months?
We had a big response because nobody had any place where they could buy their D&D stuff. And then nobody knew each other, so they had nobody to play with.
Yeah, this is before social media,
Right.
obviously.
Before Facebook and Instagram.
Right. So it was kind of hard to get the word out. You know, we had to do a lot of advertising in the paper and that kind of stuff because there was no social media where you could just make a little app and invite all your friends.
Yeah. So 1990. So marketing is an issue, and you went to the newspaper. What else did you do to try to get the word out besides that?
Like word of mouth, maybe?
Yeah, word of mouth, definitely. And then, you know, some radio advertising and some mostly radio and newspaper. That was about it.
So is that back when, is that like K-Jock?
Oh, my gosh, I can't even remember.
Oh, you can't remember? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were on 4th Avenue. There was a radio station there on 4th Avenue.
Oh, wow.
A little one that we did some advertising with.
Okay. Because I know that, well, the different ones have moved around. Like back from 4th Avenue, 100.9 used to be over there, the Jet. And before that, it was something else. And then, 4th Avenue. I know K-Blue was on 4th Avenue for a little while, so it might have been with.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, they were next to Tony's Pool Hall.
Yes. Next to Tony's Pool Hall.
Yeah. So that was, I think, K-Blue and KTTI or K-Blue and 100.9. I forget how it works, but yeah, that was them. So you're going there, and then the word's getting out, and then people start to show up.
Right. And then I did a lot of in-store stuff, like I did art contest and writing contests where you had to write a D&D story, you know, and then I'd give them, like, you know, the winner like a set of dice or something, you know, and so that they could play the games.
That's really cool. And I just want to real quick, because maybe people don't know, what's so special about the dice when it comes to D&D?
There's 7 different types of dice. So your regular 6-sider is your square dice that you use in most games, and then they have a 20-sider, 12-sider, 10-sider. So your character has different attributes, and then depending on what happens in the story, they roll a certain dice in order to get the result. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. Well, I know about it, so it makes sense to me.
Right.
But the cool thing about it, you have to have the correct dice, right? That's what you're saying. So if somebody writes this creative story, they get the dice that they would typically have to purchase.
Right.
And then they're having this, and they can facilitate the game.
And then they need character sheets, and then there's certain books that give you rules. Like if you're fighting a monster, you have to know the abilities of the monster, the person who's running it. So there's a monster manual. Yeah, that tells you all the different attributes to the monsters.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back on the other side of that. And I want to talk to you a little bit about when Stranger Things kind of came into the picture, and if there was a little bit of a revival about that. But I'll let you answer that on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the local news initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/student newsroom.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Holland Braithwaite from the KAWC Newsroom. It's going to be a sunny day in Yuma with an afternoon high of about 94 degrees. Winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight with a low around 58 degrees. From the NPR News Desk, Songs from the Hole is a documentary and visual album telling the story behind James Jacobs, the hip-hop artist who goes by the stage name of JJ88. More online at kawc.org/NPR-news.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez.
And I'm Sajay Barcenas. We'll be talking about jobs and experience for students.
I fell in love with the art of being in the kitchen, making food, and making people happy.
Taking that chance is going to be what's going to get you to the next stage or future.
Es una cantidad enorme de estudiantes que quieren trabajar.
A new energy with the same mission, to give students a voice.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with Diane from FanQuest Comics and Games. And we left off because you kind of described a D&D, which is probably the most popular role-playing game, at least when I was younger. And Stranger Things, and I don't know the name of the game they play in that, even if it is D&D. I don't know. Is it?
I don't think they
like a version
gave it a name.
They didn't give it a name,
but it was
right?
definitely
But it was
D&D.
Yeah. Right. So now,
You're looking at licensing.
Yeah, exactly. For licensing issues, they didn't name it. But now, did that spark a little bit of revival into?
It made the younger kids who didn't really know about it now know about it. So we've been getting some younger people in that are interested. The thing is, people come in, they're like, I want this set for D&D. And I'm like, well, there really is no set because it's a role-playing game, which means it's storytelling, storytelling base. So you have the general books that give you the general rules, but you make your own story.
You make up the story. And that's what they did in the show.
Yes.
They're making up the story. You get to see that collective coming up and then get excited and this person gets to do this. Well, then, okay, they can kind of look at the rule book and then, well, based upon this, and they could do,
Right. And then you have a certain character. So like a wizard is going to be definitely different from a barbarian. So the way that your character it responds is going to be different depending on what kind of character that you're playing in the game.
But the kids, they come in and they think it's one way, but you get to educate them. And do they typically, do some of them start to purchase or maybe show up for some of the game nights?
And the dice are beautiful, and there's all different kinds of sets. There's plastic sets that you can get for like $10, and then there's like beautiful metal sets that you can get for like up to $100 for a set. So a lot of people like just collect dice because they're so beautiful. But they'll come in and then usually what I do is I have them come in when we're playing, which is Thursday nights, which is tonight. So if you guys want to come play, we're playing tonight. And then I tell them always come in and try it first, because if you don't like it, why spend $50 on a book that you're not going to use? So once you find out that you like it, then you need a player's handbook that gives you all the stuff of how to set up your character.
It's an investment, right? It's an investment.
And I really don't want to sell something to somebody just for the money. I want them to get the use out of it. So I always tell them, come in and try it out first. Then if you like it, then we can get you the book.
Okay, so there was a bit of a revival and people coming in, and there was
more people, like the younger crowd that didn't know about it because it's been out since like 76. Like 50 years. So a lot of the younger people didn't really know about it. We still have people that are playing in our shop that have been playing since the first day we opened.
Wow.
So we're pretty established with that, So
the next thing I want to talk to you about, and we're definitely going to end with the fundraiser you have on, and you do that like you have one every month at a different charity that you give. But I want to talk to you about comics. That's the other side of things. And so same question on the comics. Comics have been around forever. Was there any kind of revival with the new Marvel movies that kind of sparked some interest?
There was some interest, but comics are so crazy. I mean, they connect with each other, and different characters make guest appearances in other people's comics, and they cross over and they interchange, that it's really confusing to a new comic book collector. So I usually try and tell them, pick a character that you like and then just start with that character and go from there. Because in comics, writers and artists jump around in books too. So there'll be some collectors that only collect a certain artist. So if that artist jumps from one book to the next book, then they have to know so that they can follow them. So comic world is really crazy.
But did people at least come in and ask questions and you got to educate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but in sales, not really. Pretty much sales are driven by if it's a really good book, like Absolute Batman right now is just fantastic. And I have people coming in every day looking for issues and adding on to because I have to order 2 months in advance. I have to know what you want so I can get the order in to make sure it's there when it comes out. So we've had a lot more people jumping on that title because it's been so good.
It's so popular.
So good. Yes.
Okay. And Victor over here does have a Marvel backpack.
Yeah,
if you're
do a
watching.
little show and tell. I'll hold it up to the camera. This is my backpack. It's a Marvel with some comic books. Like,
you got the amazing
Captain
Spider-Man
America,
on there.
Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, she's going to zoom in. But so talk about the community. You mentioned, some people have been with you since day one.
Yes.
And so it's like a family. So what can you tell us about the community of FanQuest?
Our players are amazing, and they always want more people to come in and play because that gives them more players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then card games are just crazy right now. We can't get enough of our orders. We have special orders. I have waiting lists for almost everything, and we're the only shop in town that is doing everything at suggested retail price. Everybody else is scalping, and the scalpers are going to like Walmart when a drop hits and just clearing off the whole
everything,
shelf. Yeah, and so regular collectors, regular players are having a very hard time finding product. So I try and get it to people that have been with me, and if you come in and you get on my waiting list and you pick up stuff when it comes in for you, then I'm going to keep trying to get you stuff.
Oh, well, that's cool. So
Yeah.
it pays to be faithful and a part of the community, it sounds like. I just want to ask real quick on the community, what would it be like if I showed up tonight? If me and Victor went, what could we expect?
You'll have a lot of fun.
Okay. All right.
That's
Everybody's really nice. If you don't know how to create a character, they'll sit down with you and help you create a character. And then they include you in the game as the story is progressing, so everybody's really nice.
And I guess that world, like I'm in creative business forever, but it does seem so exciting and intriguing to come up with a story, right? To be able to be creative, but not just creative, interactive with your creativity, right? And what is the other person going to do with the story that I just weaved, right?
Right. And then the DM will have like a certain scenario planned out, and then the characters will do something totally different, and now he's got to create a different scenario for you.
Yeah, on the fly.
Yeah.
Is DM the dungeon master?
Yeah, your DM is your dungeon master, or they call him a GM, which is a game master.
Okay.
Because there are different role-playing games, like you can play Star Trek, you can play Star Wars, but D&D is like the main staple.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just I always was super interested, and I don't want to go down this this trail. I'm just going to bring it up real quick, and then we're just going to let it go.
Right.
So I was raised in a very religious family that said it was evil to play this, right? That people, seriously, that you probably have heard that before. And again, I don't want to go down that road, but that's what I was told when I was younger. Like, this stuff is evil, and there's spells, and there's like stuff, and there's demons.
Well, if you're playing a wizard, you're going to have spells, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a big controversy with Pokemon because they evolve. And a lot of the we're like, oh no, religious people people don't evolve.
They don't. That's weird news to me. You know, but
I'm just playing a game.
So I mean, that's the whole thing. You're just playing a game.
Yeah.
You're having fun. It's not that you're saying anything good or bad about any religion.
Right. Yeah. And the reason why I bring it up is because I wish I would have got involved. One of my friends played, and he would talk about it all the time, and I never went because I thought it was evil, right? Or whatever.
Right.
And so he would talk about all the fun. He would show me the dice and stuff like that. Shout out to Jeremy, and he's like, "You got to come, you got." And I was like, "I can't." Now, I've no shame on my parents for whatever they believed at the time. It is what it is. But I was just kind of told this. But as a creative person, I could see how exciting it could be.
But the whole thing is you don't know. Like when we first opened, we had a big controversy. People writing into the newspaper saying we were holding satanic cults, and we're like, no, why don't you come in and then you could sit in, even if you don't want to play, just sit here and watch. And then make a decision. And people are like, no, we can't do that. You'll corrupt me. And I'm like, okay.
And I got to say, I love wizards. I've everything wizardry ever since I was young. So that would have been so cool. But we are running.
Well, you can come now.
I could come now.
Yes,
I do.
you can.
I have an 18-month-old daughter and stuff too, so it's very difficult. But before we wrap up the segment, every month you do something for a charity.
Yes, we have a cabinet right as you walk in, and it's full with a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it's items that only retailers can get, and like I get posters for comic books all the time, and I don't have space for them, so I put them in there. People will donate items, and then we sell dollar raffle tickets throughout the month, and then at the end of the month we pull a winner, and then we donate all the money that we get to charities around town.
All right. And then there's one specific charity thing that you're doing for, I believe, somebody at the Humane Society or somebody that volunteers there. And this is happening this Sunday. Tell us about that.
We're having a charity auction for Penny's Pantry. Penny is a volunteer that goes to the Humane Society every day. She works with a lot of the dogs that are traumatized, and she'll take in hot dogs or chicken to give to them so that they can start trusting her. And she's gotten a lot of dogs where they're more calm so that they're easily adoptable, and she saved thousands of dogs this way. And we're going to have an auction for her, so we're taking donations between noon and 3, and then we're going to start the auction at 3, and all the money that we raise is going to go to her so that she doesn't have to pay for all that food out of pocket.
That's great.
Yeah, beautiful. Go ahead.
And remind us where your physical location is.
We're at 850 West 32nd Street. That's right across the street from Barnes & Noble, and we're in the front suite of that little strip mall.
Awesome. We'll have to check it out.
I do have one more question I have to ask right here. The logo. So is that a centaur? Is that?
It's a centaur, yeah. My brother drew it. We wanted a logo, but we didn't want fairies and dragons, which were real popular at the time. We wanted something different. And he's like, I'm a Sagittarius. Let's do a centaur. I said, okay. So, yeah, we have it.
And he drew it.
Yeah, he drew it.
Oh, okay. And very cool. So I've seen the logo, again, since I was a kid. I'm very familiar with the store. And I just always wanted to ask. So that's very cool. Your brother drew it. And you said he got out of the business within a year, and it's been you.
Yeah, he got a job offer back home in Maryland, so he decided to go. So I just took over, and I've been running it by myself.
Yeah, no more good sunsets for him. You get all the good sunsets. So.
Right.
All right.
And he gets all the good crap.
Yeah, he gets all the good crap. That's right. All right. And thank you so much for being with us. And with that, it is time for our break, and we're going to be back with who, Victor?
DJ Jose Montoya.
No, that's not his name.
DJ KM7.
There we go, Victor. All right, cool. All right, we'll be back with him right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by the 2 Welton locations of High Tanks Brewing Company, its craft brewery and tap room, featuring scratch-made food and handcrafted beers, including Daphne's Date Ale and the Gila Hazy IPA. Also, live music and experiences such as farm tours and glamping are available. More at hightanks.com.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Yuma Airshow officials announced a major addition to the performer lineup for this Saturday's 60th annual Yuma Airshow, the U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels. In a post on the Yuma Airshow Facebook page, it said the Blue Angel will be in Yuma for the first time in nearly 40 years. They were scheduled to perform at Naval Air Facility El Centro, but that airshow was canceled. Commander Lily Montana is the Blue Angels event coordinator.
So what you can expect is about 40 minutes of Blue Angels 1 through 6 flying as our flight demonstration. I believe we're going on at 2:30 or 2:15 each day. And preceding the jet's arrival will be our C-130 J Super Hercules. We'll call that Ernie. Normally we have Fat Albert, so we've got a loaner aircraft this year.
MCAS Yuma officials say the Yuma Airshow is the only day every year that they are open to the general public. For KAWC News, I'm Victor Calderon.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA. A conversation with journalist and author Jelani Cobb about how this country's history of racism against the Black community helps us better understand immigration enforcement in the current moment. That's next time on Latino USA.
Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what's being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate, like I've discovered I can do, and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
KAWC and Border Radio are sponsors of the Village Jazz Series, with concerts starting at 6 every Thursday evening at Yuma Palms Regional Center. This week, Phoenix jazz guitarist, educator, and song stylist Pete Pancrazy will perform a variety of jazz styles with his quartet on the Village stage. Details under Village Jazz at yumajazz.com.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by DJ KM7. And so we were talking about the D&D stuff I'm kind of familiar with, but never got to experience. DJing, I've DJed for quite some time, so this is a little more familiar for me. But thank you for being with us today.
Oh, awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
And your real name, Jose.
Jose Montoya.
Jose Montoya. And
yes.
Victor, he just likes to call you DJ Jose. And,
I know it's short, but that's not your DJ name, so I wanted to get it right. DJ KM7.
Yeah. Like he was saying off air, we like to get to know our guests. So I'll just start off, and I'm going to let Victor fill in a lot. But where are you from originally? Are you from San Francisco?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
say that because, I know you both are
49ers fans, and we'll get into that. Yeah. We'll get into the Yuma Faithfuls.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
Okay, so I was born in Salinas, California.
Okay.
And then my parents moved with the agricultural season. Mm-hmm. They moved back and forth during the summer. We would come here. We would stay in California, and then during the winter months when the agriculture season was here, we would come back to Yuma.
Come to Yuma, so back and forth and back. Yeah,
back and forth.
And then was there a time where you guys said Yuma's going to be the home, or is that something you made the decision of?
They did. They really liked everything here, the community. So they really liked it, and Salinas was more fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
So the Yuma was barely growing, so they really liked the community here. Mm-hmm. So they decided to buy a home here.
Yeah. So about what age were you when they?
I was young. I was like I think like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, okay. So you've been here, good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very much a part of our community for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was going to say, for our listeners and viewers, a lot of people may not know, or they do know, that Salinas is like the Yuma of the North, right? In terms of ag. Mm-hmm. So farm workers, farm owners, people in ag, they move depending on the season, as Jose said. So that's how you got to know Yuma. But maybe I don't know how much you know about growing up. You said you went to high school out in Monterey County.
I did.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So I went to school in Yuma all my life. Roosevelt High School, Roosevelt Elementary, Mary Elizabeth Post, 4th Avenue Junior High, and then my freshman year, my parents they were close to buying a home over there.
Okay.
And it was in Soledad. It was small. it was barely growing.
Yeah.
And they built a brand new high school there, and they asked me, hey, you want to try this high school?
Okay.
And I was a freshman. I was going to be a freshman, so I said, sure.
Yeah.
And I did, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
There was some good parts to it.
Right.
The weather's beautiful.
Right.
But the students there was a lot of gangsters.
Yeah, homies.
And where is this at?
And Soledad.
Soledad. So
Yeah,
Monterey County, Monterey County, like I said, it's like Salinas is like the Yuma of the North. So you think about it from like north to south, and I don't know if I mentioned to you, but I mentioned to you, I used to work my first job was in Monterey and Salinas in news.
Okay.
And so I used to go down to like Soledad, King City, Greenfield. Those are like the Somerton and San Luises of Monterey County.
Oh, okay.
So what we know is like southern Yuma County,
South County,
southern Monterey County, but you do get a lot of ag workers, and then Salinas has been known for like having a gang like community
and
problems.
That's what I've heard a lot is about the gang. And so I grew up here in Yuma all my life. So, but I had a lot of friends from Salinas and even Fresno, stuff like that would come part of the ag. And I just one really cool thing about that. Yeah, I would always see them like seasonal, right? It was they would come and go. But the cool part about that is that I was into hip hop as a kid, and they would bring me all the music from the Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I was a youngster. I was real young, and then I'm listening to Mac Mall, Mac Dre, and like all this, old Bay music that nobody else knew about here. But they would come and they would bring me tapes back when everything was on cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it seems like that over there in Salinas, there's a very, you're not from, like you said, San Francisco, but there's like a tie with the Bay over there. Like you guys have like a connection.
There's like a division, and I'll let you get into it, but there's like a division between like even North and South California, right? When you like follow sports teams, you either like the Dodgers or you like the Giants, right? Or other teams. Or you like the 49ers or you like the Raiders or like the Chargers or the Rams. Basketball, you like the Warriors or the Lakers or the Kings.
Yeah.
So even like California's so big that like you have that divide, right? And so you got to follow. If you're from the north, I mean, it pretty much splits like south of Salinas, right? And then you're like down in Southern California.
And then obviously you guys chose which direction you're going to go. Both of you guys with your 49er gear on. But before we get too far, so when you're young, are you into DJing? You're into music? Or was that something that you enjoyed when you were younger? Like, how did that come to be?
So when my family, growing up, they all been involved with music. I have a cousin. He was like 5 years old and he was playing the accordion, and now he plays for Selena's brother, the Cumbia Kings.
Oh, Cumbia Kings, yeah.
He's
very familiar with them.
Okay.
Okay.
He sings with them, travels with them, and he started actually playing the accordion. Then he moved to drums. He was doing like heavy metal.
Yeah.
And he would travel New Orleans. He lives in Texas. He would travel all over, and then now he plays, he travels with the Cumbia Kings. And so growing up, just my whole family's just been involved with music. So I love music. It's my passion. So I said, I'm going to give it a try, and I fell in love with it.
So, like, what age did you give it a try, though? Like, what was that? Like, did you get, like, turntables when you were young, or what was it? Tell us.
I think it started in junior high. Junior high, they used to throw these teen dances at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I love this. And we would have, friends come over after school and on a weekend or Friday, and we would just throw like a little party, and I would play the music there. I think when I first started buying equipment was in high school, like senior year or right after I graduated high school. I bought some Serwin Vegas German speakers, and then I couldn't afford turntables, so I bought like these. And that time, CDs were popular.
Yeah, CDs.
And you could burn them, burn some CDs. So I bought like these DVD players that reads MP3s.
Oh, wow.
So it was crazy. I would DJ with that.
Yeah.
I started DJing with those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just making it work, right?
Yeah.
Just whatever it could. I have a similar story with how I started with rapping and stuff like that. We would make beats with tapes. because like you could stop and record, and yes, everything's on a 4 count.
Yeah.
And so we'd take a little part of a song that we like the instrumental to, and we'd make our own beats by back and forth with tape cassettes and stuff like that, just making it happen. So moral of the story, you just made it happen. And you started to get a name for yourself?
I did. I slowly started doing house parties.
Yeah.
And then word of mouth just spread, and they said, hey, can you, from friends, they recommended me to their friends.
Yeah.
And then coming here in college, I met some friends here that recommended me to a bar owner in Welton. That's the first bar I ever DJ'd.
Yeah, that was your first gig?
My first gig in a bar.
Author's Beach Place or whatever, or what?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It used to be called Shooters.
Shooters. So it was Shooters. You were there with Shooter, Don, huh?
Don Shooter, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He hired me, and I used to go there on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And the first gig, I was nervous.
Right.
They gave me a shot. So took my speakers, and I had my MP3s and everything, and it was fun. They liked it, so they invited me back.
So how long did you do that for?
Oh, I did that for, I think, a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A year out there as Shooters. What was it like working with Don? No, you don't have to tell me.
It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he had like a bodyguard. He was really he looked like Russian. He was.
Yeah.
He would always come and tell me, "Hey, are you okay? You need some water or anything?"
I was looking on you.
Do you know who Don Shooter is?
No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
he's a former state
Okay.
Congress.
No, actually, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna find out more about your story, and then how Victor. You guys are faithful to the team, and a little bit more, and then where we could catch you. All right, we're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Blood services provider Vitalant is hosting blood drives at Yuma locations on an ongoing basis. Daily personal emergencies and ongoing medical needs of thousands of patients require a constant and ready blood supply. Donations of all blood types, especially O, are needed. Locations, dates, and appointments at donors.vitalant.org.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, in honor of Black History Month, we spoke with members of the Black community in Yuma, where they shared its turbulent past and the welcoming present.
When there's so little Black people in Yuma, I think it's great to connect with other Black people.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
Strong high pressure quickly building over the region today is leading to record high temperatures beginning tomorrow. In Quartzsite, Parker, and Yuma, we expect a sunny day with an afternoon high of about 95 degrees. Winds are northerly at 5 to 10 miles per hour with possible wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour in Yuma. Clear skies tonight with a low around 58.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with DJ KM7, and I know Victor had some questions for you.
Yeah, so first of all, let's talk about your name. So when you started at Shooters, did you have the name, or how did you get your DJ name?
When I started at Shooters, I didn't have a name. I was trying to get ideas.
Yeah.
And I came up with KM7 because they're my initials.
Okay. So Jose's your legal name, but where's the K from?
Yeah.
My middle name.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Mexico, my middle name is Refugio.
Okay.
So in Mexico, they call them Cuco.
Cuco.
So
yeah.
I used the K.
With a K. Okay.
Yeah. And M is my last name, Montoya.
Montoya. And then
The
number 7?
The day I was born.
Okay.
Yeah, October 7th.
October 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
You know, and then picking a name, it's all what you bring to it, right? At the end of the day, right? Like tonight, there's going to be a tribute band for a guy named Meatloaf, right? Everybody knows Meatloaf. To me, like the most horrible name that you could name yourself, but people love Meatloaf. The artist, the great music. So I say that just to say you pick the name, but you bring the energy to it. And you've obviously, Shooters hasn't been around for a long time, so you've been doing it for quite some time. So you brought that success to the name.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been I'm incredibly blessed to be able to do this as a full-time DJing. I've done a lot of different events, block parties for Summer 10.
Yeah.
For Yuma. I've done fundraisers for the Alzheimer's. Also school events, proms, weddings, quinceañeras.
Yeah.
Doing the YFL tomorrow.
Yeah.
The weigh-ins.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. Did you have another question?
But so your job is to, get the crowd moving, right? Whether you're at a quinceañera or a wedding or the 49ers groups. Do you have like a go-to song or type of music that just like gets a crowd going?
I love music, and as I grow older, I learned to love more of a variety.
Okay.
I started with hip hop, and I really like house music as well.
Okay.
Now I like country.
Yeah.
I like rock, classic rock. So I guess it all depends on the crowd.
Depends on the crowd.
Yeah, if I have an older crowd, I'll throw a nice classic song.
Yeah.
From the 80s.
Like what? So hold on. I want specifics. This is a good question, Victor. So is it like, sometimes so I was a DJ and not by choice. I was actually just the host. I was the guy talking, right? But my DJ would always leave and go flirt with girls and stuff like that. And he's like, I got to take the bathroom. So I took on the name DJ Bathroom Break because he would he'd leave me up there and he's like, you can figure it out. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Darth Vader. He actually worked there.
I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. He would just leave me. And then sometimes he'd be at Reds the rest of the night. And I'm like, I'm doing it. But I say that, like, sometimes we just throw in like Sweet Caroline or whatever, right? And then it's like everybody would just start singing and like having this whole moment together.
Absolutely.
Right? So like
a nice sing-along.
A nice sing-along. And this isn't like a typical hip-hop type setting, but they do that and it's like everybody's together and, unison. So what are some of the songs depending? So if it's a country group, what would you put on?
If I have a country crowd?
A country crowd that you want to get them involved. You want a participation. What song would you go to?
Okay, so for country, there's a couple songs I would go to. One of them is Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Scootin' Boogie. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan Jackson.
Right.
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee, yeah.
Also, you got so many. Right now, Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen's
that gets all the ladies going. I know.
Yeah.
But okay, so like classic rock.
Classic rock.
And you can just name two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Classic rock, I like AC/DC.
Okay.
All Night Show Me. All Night long.
Yeah.
Also, if it's like a crowd that I know they like to sing, Journey.
Yeah.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So that's two. I just want hip hop.
Hip hop
crowd.
Okay.
What do you put?
What's your go-to?
Older crowd or a young crowd?
Whatever.
Your
whatever.
answer.
Like who do you play for?
You pick.
Who you play for?
Hip hop. There's so many artists.
Older crowd.
Older crowd. I would go with. Of course, you can't go wrong with Lil Jon.
Little John.
Yeah, any Little John song.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with that. Another hip hop good song. Crooked Clan, Faithful.
I don't know that one.
Oh, wow. I don't know that one.
Is that a Yuma Faithful, 49ers Faithful kind of song?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
So I know you from the Yuma Faithfuls. It's the local San Francisco 49ers fan group. You said you have you grew up in like Monterey County, Salinas, Soledad.
Mm-hmm.
When did you first get how did you come to follow the 49ers?
So I was too young to watch their last Super Bowl. I didn't.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a fan yet when they won with Steve Young.
Yeah, like 1995.
1995. I wish I would have seen it.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Here's a confession. I was a fan at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Steve Young and Jerry Rice and stuff. So yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, but that got beat out of me because I grew up in Okie Town where we wear blue and you don't wear red. But
no.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So watching the 49ers.
Absolutely. So I started following them more when it was still Steve Young.
Okay.
But it was after they won the Super Bowl 97, 98 when they had Terrell Owens when he made that catch against the Packers.
The catch 2 or whatever.
The catch 2. Yeah. That's when I really fell in love with them.
Yeah. And so real quickly, like, name some of your favorite players, because there's been so many, like, Hall of Fame players. Now there's the fan favorites. Who are, like, your, like, favorite players that, like, maybe you met them or maybe you, like, you know, have their jerseys?
My all-time favorite player, Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, the GOAT wide receiver.
Absolutely. Him. Joe Montana.
The GOAT QB. The GOAT quarterback.
Also Steve Young as well.
Steve Young.
And then some of the current Hall of Famers, Patrick Willis. And I also like, of course, George Kittle.
George Kittle. He's the one that you see like in the commercials. He does like WWE. He does like commercials for like Little Caesars and Old Spice.
Oh, okay.
He's like has the long hair.
Oh, right.
But like, I just want to say, like, us 49ers fans, like, you know, that we go to game watches and Jose's our DJ. And we go to like pretty much every game, and these guys will go like when they play up in Glendale, when they play like the Rams in L.A., Inglewood, and this guy and Steven Navarro we've had on the show. They'll go up to games up in Santa Clara. But this fan base, we deserve another championship. It's been 31 years. And we've been close. We've been close a couple of Super Bowls
Very
recently.
close. Yeah. And I've been to those tailgate parties at the Super Bowl in Miami.
Yeah.
I flew over there. I was there the whole week, and then also the recent one in Las Vegas.
The Las Vegas one, I was up there too with my brother-in-law, and we watched the game at like a Buffalo Wild Wings. We couldn't afford the tickets.
You couldn't get the tickets.
We're not going to drop like $5,000 for
You were
nosebleeds.
close. You were close. You were close.
It's expensive.
But we got to say bang, bang.
Niner gang.
Yeah. So very, very cool. You guys got to have that moment together. But so with 95, they played, what was it, the Chargers?
The San Diego Chargers.
San Diego Chargers. Yes. And so true story, dead serious. I was going for them, and I'm hanging out in Okie Town, right? Everybody's going for the Chargers, but I was like, yeah, it's Steve Young, like, you know, growing up watching all
Steve
this.
Young, Jerry Rice.
And they literally jumped me. Like, I'm dead
No
serious.
way.
Because, literally. I literally got jumped that
For
day.
wearing a Niners.
For rooting for the Niners.
Yeah, for going for the Niners. Yeah. That was like, it's like, okay, I guess I'm not going to do this anymore. But
we got to get Johnny to the game watches. I know.
Is that a reason why you stopped watching the Niners, or did you switch teams?
No, I switched. Yeah, definitely, I switched. Yeah, back then it was like you had to like either Chargers or the Cowboys. So everything blue. Like seriously, I grew up in, you know, in our area was a very gang influence, right? Okie Town, but
it was.
But anyway, so and I did the Monday Night Football stuff
at Wheezy's.
At Wheezy's, and you guys would show up. And
there were a couple of 49ers games, but they were like at the end of the season, like holiday weeks.
And they were the most lively for sure. So a great crowd, and actually you could go on. Awesome. We did a video one of the nights.
Yeah,
and you can see the video of it. Yeah, you guys are on it, and was absolutely great. So definitely a great fan base here. And even though like I'm Arizona now, so Cardinals, but it's unfortunate.
Well,
right?
we'll get you to a 49ers game. We'll get you some swag. I invited Fili Contreras.
Oh, absolutely.
I went to high school with him. I got him out to a couple of games. I lent him a jersey. He wore the George Kittle 85 jersey. So
cool.
He was happy.
Yeah, so we're always welcoming fans. Even if you're rooting for the other team, come and show up.
Come hang out.
We'll give you a little bit of crap, but we're not gonna we're not gonna beat you up if you're rooting for the other team.
You're not gonna get jumped.
You will usually win. The 49ers will usually win.
Yeah. So where can we catch you DJing at now?
So I have my residency right now at a swanky place.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch me there Thursday and Friday nights, and then Sunday nights showcase.
Okay, you're doing that, and then I'll see you tomorrow night at the weigh-ins.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, Randy Couture is going to be here, UFC legend, somebody I grew up watching, And I don't know how many of the kids know about him, but if you're a fan of MMA, like this guy is an absolute legend. And when he faced off against the Iceman, he lost, but still it was like that was the match to watch years and years ago, him and Chuck Liddell. So he's going to be there tomorrow night signing autographs, and should be a good time. The fighters get to weigh in, and we're going to be taking pictures. That's going to be at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So I just found out you're the DJ right now. Like
Small world.
Yeah. Because I was just talking to Lula. She's like, yes, he'll have a mic. I was like, I hope he has a mic. And then sure, there you go. We're going to do that. But so how do people follow you if they want to see, like, kind of keep up to you and what it's like to be a DJ?
Or like try to book you for a gig or something.
Absolutely. So they can follow me on Instagram at DJ KM7, or Facebook is my name, Jose Montoya. And just our email, djkm7@hotmail.com.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, this was cool. And okay, my calendar's not working right.
So tomorrow on the show we have Yuma attorney, and she happens to be my wife, Araceli Rodriguez.
Oh, okay, perfect. And then Yendi is going to be on the show as well. She's from Cuba.
Okay.
So that's going to be an interesting story. So we're going to talk to her about Cuba. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's show, like we said, Victor's wife's going to be here, as well as Yendi Parker.
And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/whatsupyuma-radio.
All right. And if you want to get on the show, you got a story to tell, you can go to whatsupyuma.biz, hit the radio tab, and the link to book is right there. See you guys tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
You are tuned into KOFA Yuma Border Radio 94.7 FM and 1320 AM. We can also be heard with the KOFA app and at kawc.org. We have been a service of Arizona Western College since 1970.
The AWC Foundation is accepting nominations for the Arizona Western College Hall of Fame through March 14th. The Hall of Fame honors alumni, faculty, and community leaders who have made significant contributions to the mission of the